Hey guys, so what we're doing today is I got these 2 yabby pots, and what I'm going to try to do is tomorrow I'm really eager to go fishing in my new Dragon Kayaks. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to chuck out these yabby pots, try get some yabbies or freshwater prawns as bait, use them as bait, go out into my local dam, just local creek system, just down there, and I'm going to try to catch a few big fish out of the kayak. So we've already got a yabby pot in just up here, and hopefully it'll have a few yabbies in it so far. Yesterday I caught some yabbies with my hands. Oh, I got him. That was pretty cool. I caught them just in this creek system right here. But I decided to chuck out these 2 more crab pots, just so basically we can maybe get a few more. Alright, so I reckon I'll chuck this one just down here, just like that, with some beef heart in it. You can see like this. Just got some beef heart in it like that. The yabbies seem to love that. And I'll just chuck this other one just over there, just right near that rock, because all the yabbies, they like to hide underneath that rock. Now, I'll check this pot right here, and it's only been in there for just overnight, so hopefully it has a few more. Yep, it's definitely got a few more in it. Right, I'll grab this off you. These are the ones that I caught with my hands yesterday. You can see them, just to get an idea of what they look like. Okay, and there's a couple more in here, so let's put them in. Oh, there we go, nice big freshwater yabby. They got really big claws on them. Don't want to get bitten by them, so I'll drop them in there. You can see, there we go. Some more little yabbies. Another little one right there. Alright, so that's pretty successful. We got quite a few yabbies. They'll be really good bait tomorrow. But we're going to leave these pots in overnight, check them tomorrow morning, and hopefully they'll have a few more yabbies in them. So let's just go like this. Chuck them down in the same spot, as there seems to be a lot right there, and then leave it like that, and let's check them tomorrow. Now later that afternoon I decided to head out on the dam and try to catch a few Australian bass. So this is the place that I've been wanting to go to. I nicknamed it Dead Tree Gully, because you can see basically why. All these dead trees in this big gully, and all in these trees at the roots are all bass. They all just love to sit in there, get all the small crustaceans and everything down there that they like to eat. And so I'm just going to trawl my lure through the middle, just like this. I'm going to try to hook one. I've done it quite a few times before. I've hooked some big bass in here actually, and they're actually real. See that? That's a bass. Right, this is good. At least we know they're biting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's not the species that we are after, but there we go. That is a little Spangle perch. So I finally got the hook out, and you can just see that's a nice little Spangle perch. They're all through this river. I'm going to actually try and catch a few more and hopefully get a bass while trying. So just release this big fella. That is perfect bait size. I know it is very small, like extremely small. Let's go like this.
I will remember you.
There we go. Bit bigger Spangle perch. After catching enough Spangle perch to use as bait, I started to head home when all of a sudden, this happened. There is something on here. Might be just a little... I'm not sure actually. Oh, we got a bass. Oh, it's only barely hooked. It's barely hooked, barely hooked. Come on, landing net. Yes, we got a bass. Oh, yes. We literally didn't get a bass all day, and I decided to head home, and then we got this big fella. Look at that. He's in the... Oh, don't want to get that hook stuck in me. I can tell you that's not the nicest feeling. It hurts quite a bit. But, oh, let's get him out of the net. I'm actually so pumped and excited that I got this. Now, it's definitely not the biggest Australian bass, but take a look at it. It's so cool. They're such awesome fish. I was just trawling down the middle of this river. I was about to head home. I was like, oh, it doesn't look like we'll get any bass. So I was about to head home, maybe have a fish down there. And then we hooked up to this guy. Now, I'd say that he's not that big. Probably only about maybe 25 centimeters or so. But he still puts up a great fight. I didn't know what it was until I got it right near the boat. And, oh, you saw my reaction. It was just so crazy. So there we go. Nice big Australian bass. Well, that's a great way to end the day. Now tomorrow I'll come out in the same spot, maybe get maybe a few more bass, maybe some eels, eeltail catfish, basically whatever I can find. But yeah, we'll give this guy the release now, and woo, we got a bass. Probably about half an hour ago, but Dad should understand. On again. This is, whoa. Woo. Literally probably about 30 seconds ago I just released that other bass. This one seems pretty big, but I'm not gonna say that. Oh, holy smokes. Oh, yes. Come on, got him. Got him too. Oh, he's a bit bigger. He's a bit bigger, isn't he? Look at that. Come on. And there we go. Unhooked. Another bass. This is absolutely crazy. Oh, I just gotta clean my lens. Got some water droplets on it. But there we go, that's what I came out to fish for. Australian bass. They're a beautiful species, but you do have to be careful because these things here, they're called gill rakers. They're razor sharp and these spikes on the top, but we're not gonna leave this guy much longer. We're gonna let him go and maybe try catch another one. Okay. Oh, there he goes. That's the best feeling ever when you catch a fish and then you get to release it. And I'll cast that back out again, and I doubt we'll get another one because we've already caught them too. But hopefully we do. You never know. Just as I said before, you never know. It's worth having your rod in the water, that's for sure. Alright guys, so it's day 2 of my fishing adventure, and what we're doing today is I'm heading out my Dragon Kayak to the same place where I caught the 2 bass yesterday. But this time I'm going to be using a bait, not a lure, and try to get some few other species. So let's head out there right now. So you can see something's taking out line here, and yep. We are on. Let's tighten up that drag a bit. It's a bit of a dead weight. I'm not too sure what it is actually. But it's nice to finally be onto something. Actually, this might be a turtle. Hopefully not, but it feels like it is. Actually, I'm not quite sure what this is. We're about to see him though. Woo! He's actually putting up a really, really good fight. Oh, see that? That's not a turtle. That is something big. I just saw. Holy, I've got to land this. I think it actually might be an eel. Oh, it's a big eel. Really big. Got to get the landing net. See that? Now, I'm really surprised that I got him on a... Oh, nearly had him in. Oh. This is my brand new rod and I really don't want to snap it with this big eel on it. You know what? Let's wind this rod in just to get it. Oh, mate. Luckily, I just bought these lip grips. Now, if I decide to flip him into the boat, well, first to get eel slime all over my boat, and I don't want that. It's my brand new Dragon Kayak. But secondly, it would probably... Got him. There we go. That is a nice big longfin eel. Right. Alright guys, so this is the longfin eel. You've actually seen me catch them in a lot of previous videos, as they're one of my favourite fish to catch. They put up a great fight, as you saw before. He was like a dead weight. I thought it might have been a turtle, and then I was like, nah, this is too big to be a turtle. It must be a snag. And then all of a sudden, I saw this big flash, and it was an eel. It was this big fella. And you can just see how big he is compared to me. He'd be probably 1.5 meters long, something like that. He's a really big eel, and I was going to go shark fishing in a couple days, and this would be perfect bait, but I reckon I'm going to let him go. I just love seeing fish swim off, and it's really cool. And well, thanks for the great fight, mate. Let's go catch some more fish. Alright guys, so that was actually really cool catching that big eel. That's something that's like, it's one of my favourite things to do. When you just hook onto a big fish, especially in a kayak like this, it is like the best feeling. You need to try it. And I've decided to stay up on this bank for a bit, maybe cast the rods out off the bank, try to get a few more fish, maybe some different species, eel-tail catfish, some bass, perch. I don't know what we'll get, hopefully we'll get a few more, so let's get into it. Well, sadly, after catching that big eel, we didn't get anything for the rest of the day, so I decided to do the 10 most asked questions on my channel, since I haven't really told you any questions and answers yet, so here we go. Number 1, how old are you? Well, I'm actually 13 years old at the moment, but in about a week, on the 2nd of January, I will be 14 years old, so yeah. Who are your role models? Well, basically who got me into this was 100% Steve Irwin. And after actually discovering all this wildlife and stuff, I started to find other people like Brave Wilderness, Coyote Peterson, the guy from River Monsters, Jeremy Wade, David Attenborough. I love all his documentaries. Deadly 60, Steve Backshall. They're definitely my favourite people to watch. Where do you live? Well, I live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. So if you ever come to Queensland, I definitely recommend checking it out. What's your favourite animal? Well, I absolutely love reptiles and snakes. I used to have 2 pet carpet pythons. And my favourite animal, it would have to be the red-bellied black snake, as they're just such awesome creatures. Are you a boy or a girl? Yes, this is one of the most asked questions on my channel. Now, I thought a lot of you guys were joking when you started saying this, but 100 comments later, I actually thought, oh, maybe they're not joking. Well, I am a boy, just to settle that one, and let's keep going. Do you have any other hobbies than wildlife? Well, I love surfing, motorbike riding, and wildlife photography. They're some of my favourite things to do, but if I did have any spare time, I'd definitely go fishing. Who films your videos? Well, a lot of the time I actually film them by myself, but if you see someone behind the camera, it would either be one of my parents or one of my friends, like Ethan, as you saw him in the mud crab and spearfishing video. Who edits your videos? Well, I actually edit my videos myself, and I know it's definitely not the best editing, as I'm editing on the most basic editing program as it can be, basically, iMovie. But next year, at the start of next year, I'll definitely be trying to get into more editing so I can have better content for you guys. What cameras do you film on? Well, that's a good question. It's been asked quite a lot of times, so I'll actually go get them now. These are two cameras that I mostly film on that you saw in this video. That's 100% what I used. These two GoPros. And I did just buy a Canon 80D. That's a really good filming camera. And just basically my iPhone. That is it. That's the four cameras that I use to film, and they actually get really good content. And last of all, what was your most scary experience? There has been a lot. But I would have to say, one time I walked up the creek with my dad for about 2.5 hours. We were in the middle of nowhere, miles away from anywhere. And there was a big red-bellied black snake sitting on the grass. So I went and picked him up. By the way, the red-bellied black snake's a highly venomous snake. And as you saw before, my favourite snake. So I went and picked it up. And it was really close to biting me. Like you can see in this video right now, extremely close, centimetres away from death. And by the way, this is before I knew about that you're not allowed to handle native animals in Australia and everything like that. So yeah, just to clear that up. And well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A. If you'd like to see more Q&As like this, just let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share with your friends if you enjoyed, and hit that subscribe button just down there. Thank you.